Over here we have our fire pit, nicely dug into the ground. As you can see, it's rectangular in nature, the sides are slightly sloped, and is roughly 1 palm length in depth. The reason why we want to dig into the ground for our fire pit is there are quite a few reasons. The main reasons we want to highlight is because when your fire pit is in the ground, wind will not be able to blow into your fire pit easily. So you are able to protect your fire from the wind. Wind is both a good thing for your fire and it's also kind of a bad thing for your fire. When you're starting your fire, the wind adds oxygen, helping your fire start. But as your fire progresses into your embers, you do not want the wind because you do not want the fire to spread. Also, once your fire pit is in the ground, all your embers, all your ash are easy to cover up. You can just put back the soil and as though nothing has ever happened before. What I have done over here is to create a simple structure for you to be able to start your fire easily. At the base, I have a nice little stand for me to put my fire starting material on. Do note that for my dry leaves I crunch them up. This increases the surface area or the area where the fire can actually catch onto the leaves. Next, I have these two nice sticks over here. These sticks are for me to be able to lay my twigs nicely. Once that's done, we can start our fire. Okay, it's key to let your matchstick catch fire first and bring it to under your leaf ball and then let your leaf ball catch fire. Once your leaves have catch fire, you want to blow the fire onto your other fire starters. Once your leaf has catch fire, start adding your twigs and what? As you're starting the fire, it's important to note that you want to give nice, slow, long breaths. This increases the oxygen which the fire gets. You don't need to be afraid of a fire, cause the only thing a fire can do is burn you. No serious harm done.
How do you get fire? You know you got fire.
Leaves alone will not sustain your fire. As your leaves are on fire, you must always remember to add twigs. And as your twigs catch fire, you add bigger twigs. Eventually you'll get onto sticks.
Cue the fire. Cue the fire.
If you can see, my fire is more or less concentrated at this left portion of the camera. In order to get the fire onto the other side, to maximize the wood burn, I will need to blow the fire from this side over to the other side. As your fire is burning and your sticks, your larger wood, has caught on fire, you want to add your main fuel. Your main fuel is positioned in such a way that it's over the fire and that they can catch fire. Once they have caught on fire, you can more or less break them down and put them into the pit and let them become embers. When we do Backswood, the majority of our cooking is done over embers. What are your embers? Your embers is basically that whitish wood, and when you blow on it, it's orangey in color. Why we want to cook over embers? Fire produces ash, especially at the top. You don't want the ash to get onto your food mainly. Your embers will still produce heat without really having your orange flame there. If we are able to cook over the embers, we can cook our food nicely, produce a nice cooked effect, and when you eat it, it's nice and succulent. But never mind. The main fuel has caught on fire, break it down, chuck it in, put your logs over for you to start your stove. Once the fire has more or less died down and your wood has become embers, then you want to start cooking.
This is our fire pit, a diagram for it. This would be our lower horizontal, and this would be our upper horizontal. Your tinder is placed in between the horizontals, and your kindle is laid out on top. Now, when you start the fire, you use your matchstick and light it from below. So, essentially, the fire will get transferred onto your tinder, and from the tinders to the rest of the tinder, and eventually the kindle. This will be the top view of your fire pit. In order to start your fire, you first need to construct the structure. First, put a nice little axe. This will be your base and your support for your tinder. Next, you want to put your crushed up leaves. Crush them up into balls and lay them nicely over the axe structure you made. After that is done, you want to get some sticks and form a nice A shape on top of your tinder. Once this A is formed, place your kindle over this A frame. The reason why we do an A and not two horizontals is because this gives us greater space for us to put our hand into the pit and light the fire from beneath.
In summary, your fire is formed by three components: heat, fuel, oxygen. Simple. If one of these elements are not present, no fire.